Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to show you how I make the famous chicken with olives. Let's get started. First of all, I start by chopping 2 large onions. You can use just one if you prefer. Then, I grate 3 cloves of garlic. If you don't have any, you can simply replace them with garlic powder. The onions. You can also choose to slice them, but make sure to do it very finely. I made a small bunch of mixed parsley and cilantro, and I'm chopping them roughly. Then I add the fresh herbs to the onions and chopped garlic. I add a knob of butter. Normally, you use clarified butter, but I didn't have any, so regular unsalted butter works too. I also add about a tablespoon of olive oil. For the spices, I add salt, pepper, ginger, and a bit of turmeric. Then I mix the marinade well until it's smooth. I recommend wearing gloves to avoid staining your hands with the turmeric. After washing and thoroughly cleaning my chicken, I will coat it with the marinade. I used a whole chicken weighing 1.2 kg, and I recommend using a free-range chicken if possible. And I try to apply the marinade everywhere, inside and between the skin and the meat. And then I cover the marinated chicken with plastic wrap and let it rest in the fridge for 1 to 2 hours. It's even better if you marinate the chicken the day before. But if not, that's okay. You can cook it without letting it rest. After a little time in the fridge, so the chicken really absorbs the marinade, I put it in a pot with a little bit of olive oil at the bottom. I also pour all the marinade on top. And I'm going to let the chicken brown over low heat for 10 minutes, stirring from time to time. While the chicken is cooking, I put some water on to boil. After about 10 minutes of cooking the chicken, I add boiling water. I cover the chicken almost completely. I used a little more than a liter of water. Then I'll put the lid on and let the chicken cook for about 40 minutes. When I don't have a whole chicken, I also make this recipe with thighs or drumsticks. Once the chicken is cooked, I carefully place it on a baking sheet and put it in the oven under the broiler for 5 to 10 minutes to brown it. I continue to cook the sauce, this time over high heat to thicken it. Then I add a preserved lemon. I separate the peels from the pulp, so I try to crumble the pulp as much as possible, and then I'll remove the peels later, just before adding the olives. If you don't have preserved lemon, you can simply add a little bit of lemon juice. I stir regularly until the sauce thickens. For more recipe ideas, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell.
Ne manquez aucune vidéo.
I let the sauce thicken and reduce well before adding the olives. I used 200 grams of pitted green olives that I rinsed in plain water to remove the salt. I stir a little before taking it off the heat. Of course, on the side, we also prepare homemade fries to go with this delicious chicken with olives. All I have left to do is plate everything, putting the sauce at the bottom of the plate. I place the chicken in the center, along with the homemade fries. I really hope you enjoyed the recipe. If you did, as usual, don't forget to comment, like, and share the video. See you soon!